Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is UniquelyJames coming at you with a quick video on peppermint essential oil and a study that I came across on, how it helps with rapid hair growth. I also wanted to make this video to stress the importance of using essential oils properly, using the right dilution, because if you use essential oils improperly or the wrong way, you can develop skin sensitivity issues, breakouts, rashes, things like that. You are never supposed to use essential oils by themselves. You have to use a carrier oil, which is typically an oil that can be used by itself with no issue, like jojoba oil, olive oil, coconut oil, castor oil. Those are examples of carrier oils. So on the screen right now, here is a chart that I pulled from the plant therapy website, and I'm looking down right now because I did take some notes because I don't want to ramble. This was a very helpful chart that I found, and I use this now whenever I mix my oils. And you typically want to stay within a 0.5% dilution ratio all the way to a 10% dilution ratio. A 0.5% dilution is typically recommended for children who are under the age of 2. And what a 0.5% dilution ratio would look like is, for every 1 fluid ounce of carrier oil that you choose to use, you should add no more than 5 drops of whatever essential oil you want to use. So for example, if you wanted to make a large batch of an oil mixture with an essential oil for a child, let's say 50 fluid ounces of coconut oil, whatever oil you want to use, you should add no more than 250 drops of whatever essential oil you want to use to that coconut oil. All I did was take 5 drops of essential oil, multiply it times 50 fluid ounce for that large batch that you're using in the example I gave. That gives you 250 drops. If you go up to a 1% dilution, you would do 9 drops for every 1 fluid ounce. 2% dilution would be 18 drops for every 1 fluid ounce. 3% dilution would be 27 drops for every 1 fluid ounce. 4% dilution would be 36 drops for every 1 fluid ounce. And for the 5% dilution ratio, which is recommended for short-term use, that ratio is going to call for 45 drops of an essential oil for every 1 fluid ounce of your carrier oil. Now, for short-term use, I have no idea what they classify as short-term use, but if I find out, I will put it on the screen for you. But yeah, and then the 10% dilution ratio calls for 90 drops of essential oil for every 1 fluid ounce of your carrier oil. This is recommended for only small areas of concern, and I'm pretty sure that definitely has to be short-term use as well. Now, because the chart doesn't have anything above 10%, I would imagine it's dangerous to go above that, because again, essential oils are extremely concentrated and can cause skin rashes and other types of sensitivity issues. So you must use those properly. Okay, so now that I covered the importance of diluting your essential oils properly, I wanted to go over this article that I'd found a little over a year ago. The article is called "Peppermint Oil Promotes Hair Growth Without Toxic Signs." And it was dated December 2014 for when this study was done. I also will put a link to this article in the description box below. Feel free to screenshot anything that you need. The same with that plant therapy dilution chart that I talked about. Screenshot that, anything that you need. And at the end of this video, I'm also going to include a few seconds of me scrolling through the article. If you feel like you're not going to have time to go to the website, or if you can't find it, you can just let the video play and pause it and read it, because I give you enough time to scroll through and read the article because it's very informative. So in order for this peppermint oil hair growth study to be conducted, lab rats were utilized and divided into 4 different groups based on 4 different types of applications that would be used on their skin. Those 4 types of applications were saline, which is pretty much salt water, jojoba oil, minoxidil, if I'm saying that right, and then peppermint oil at a 3% dilution. And if you recall from what I was telling you all at the beginning of the video, you have to dilute essential oils inside a carrier oil. So the carrier oil that these scientists or students, whoever they were, the carrier oil that they used was jojoba oil. And so for those 4 applications, or those topical applications for the lab rats, they divided them among 4 groups. The lab rats had their backs completely shaved clean and were then studied for 4 weeks. So don't let that confuse you. 4 groups of rats, 4 topical applications, 4 weeks, okay? Each of those 4 applications were topically applied to the shaved dorsal area of the rats once a day, 6 days a week for 4 weeks. The peppermint oil group showed the most prominent hair growth effects, a significant increase in dermal thickness, follicle number, and follicle depth. So based on that result alone, when they say that there was an increase in the follicle number, that just lets me know right there that they noticed more hairs on the backs of the rats from the peppermint oil. So that was impressive. And then the depth of the hair follicle in the rat's skin was even deeper when they were using the peppermint oil. So that means that more of the hairs that were on the backs of the rats were actually in the growing stage, because there's 3 stages in the cycle of the growth of a hair strand. And if it's in the growing phase, that's typically what you want, because that means that you're going to get more growth. Body weight gain and food efficiency were not significantly different between the groups. These results suggest that peppermint oil induces a rapid anagen stage, like I was just saying before, and could be used for a practical agent for hair growth without change of body weight gain and food efficiency. So that was pretty much all I wanted to share with you all on the article. Again, it's going to be at the end of the video, so you can watch me scroll through it. I just wanted to get you all's thoughts on the experiment because I thought it was pretty interesting. The only thing I did not like about the experiment is that they euthanized the rats to kill them in order to extract the skin off their back to study like how thick their skin became, and to even, determine the depth of the hair follicle. That was how they determined that the hairs were in the growing stage, and I just wish there was a different way that they could have figured that out. But I mean, I guess I get it. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why people don't like animal testing. I personally don't think I like animal testing, especially if it's going to result in them being killed. But yeah, again, share your thoughts on what you think about this article. I look forward to you all's comments. If you have any thoughts that you wanted to share, I hope you all learned something new from this video. And again, good luck on your growth challenge. For any of you who are joining me on my 6 inches in 6 months hair growth challenge, and if you did miss that video, it'll be linked in the description box below so you can click it and get caught up. All right. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you all in the next video.